Alright, people, so I figure, I said I'm kind of getting tired of coming on YouTube every fucking day and saying, oh, WWE sucks, WWE Raw sucks, the show doesn't make any sense. I'm kind of getting tired of doing that. So I figure, I do some other kinds of videos here. So since I've been through high school, all 4 years, I figure I'd kind of give some tips, what I think helped me through it, or what I think I could have done better. And yeah, I made 10 things here. And going by the 10 things on this list, it's not like I did all these things perfectly. So I'm not sitting up here on a high horse saying I'm great and you suck. No, I'm just giving you my advice here. And just to let you know, I know most people probably go to a public high school for 4 years. I did not. I kind of took the different route. I went to an all boys Catholic high school, so not your typical, but I mean high school, but it's still pretty fucking similar. Again, it's probably, again, I'm not sitting up here on a high horse, but let's face it, private schools are usually better than public schools. Usually better education. So it is a different experience, but I'm here with some tips. Number one, you always hear, oh, you have to join a group, go join a club. Those are good things to do if you want to do them. Don't let fucking parents or teachers or anybody, or even friends really, force you to join a club you don't want to join. If it's something you're interested in, go ahead. But you always hear, oh, you have to meet new people. I know parents will, sometimes try to get their kids to go to a club or participate in a sport before the school season, before freshman year starts, because the logic is, okay, get your kid to meet new people before the year starts. That way, that'll be better for them. The truth is, for me at least, I met most of my people actually in class, in school, not with a group, not with a club. And I made plenty of friends without being in a group or club. Now, I did do the stock market club like junior year. I actually won it, by the way, but that's a side issue. For one, every month you would pick stocks and shit, and I won it like two or 3 months, I think. But if you want to do it, but don't let people fucking force you to join it. All right. It's not as important as people make it out to be. Like I said, you meet most of the people, in school, not in a group, not in extracurricular activities. You will meet people doing those things, but you will make plenty of friends without those things as well. They're not a necessity. Don't do them to make friends. Do them because you want to do it, and you want to be around people with like-minded, hobbies. You want to be around people with the same hobbies and shit like that. Next one, kind of related, sports. Talking about sports. Again, I think a lot of kids are pressured into playing sports. They're so, at least where I live, it's so intense, it's so serious, these sports. And like I said, I think parents will force their kids, or their kids will feel pressure to participate in sports because the father figure, or the dad of the family, or somebody is pressuring them to do it. They have to do it. It's almost like they're expected to play baseball or football or whatever. And in high school sports, it's a lot. Where I went to play at least baseball or football or like a major sport, they had off-season workouts where you had to get up. You didn't have to, but it was pretty much mandatory, or else you wouldn't make the team. Pretty much, you would get up. You had to go to workouts before the tryouts, like fucking every day before the tryouts, before school, 3 months straight. They would have workouts 6 a.m. in the morning. Like, who the fuck wants to go to that? In sports, a lot. I mean, I played baseball my freshman year. Like I said, you have to go to those off-season workouts. You have to go to practice every day. It's usually 6 days a week. You have to play in the games. It's a lot of fucking shit, and if you don't absolutely love it or like it, it's not really worth it. And if you want to play in college, it's even going to be more intense. And, I just did not like baseball enough to play it, at a level. Like, I played freshman year, and I kind of enjoyed it, And then I got cut sophomore year, and then junior year, I'm like, it's not worth it, It's not worth it to try out, because even if I do make the team, there's just so much shit to go through, and it just wasn't worth it. So when it comes to sports, really think about it. You could be spending all that time going to those morning workouts, sleeping in, or the time going to those practices, doing things you like to do, relaxing, whatever you want to do. So, and sports are intense. It's a lot of fucking work. So unless you really enjoy it, maybe you have to rethink it, maybe rethink it. But if you like it, then go do it. But just think about it. It's a lot of fucking work. And then you get a lot of homework, and your schedule's all, crammed because you have a game. You don't get home till 9 p.m. and it's like, oh, I got fucking 3 tests tomorrow. So it can be a lot. That's all I'm trying to say. Number 3, kind of an obvious one, but the whole thing of bullying. You get bombarded with how big of a problem bullying is. Maybe this is because I went to, like I said, a private Catholic high school. Very fucking little bullying problems at all. I never got bullied at all. There wasn't any bullying whatsoever. Really, I mean, there was virtually zero bullying at my school. And I think this whole bullying thing, they make it into a huge deal. It's really blown out of proportion. Obviously, it does happen at some places, but I don't think it's as a big issue as people make it out to be. And, I always see people, kind of making fun of the people who do, maybe they're in the band, or they're on the swim team. And those kind of things are kind of, we make fun of those people. But, I mean, it's kind of pointless to make fun of those people, looking back at it. It's, like, kind of dumb to, sometimes you just go along with your friends because that's, like, the status quo. You make fun of the people in the band. And it's kind of dumb how people make fun of it. So that's kind of my tip there. Don't really make fun of people because of their hobbies or what they like to do, as long as it doesn't affect you. Now, if somebody comes into school and I mean, they're dressing like a girl, and they're a guy and they're dressing like a girl, I mean, that's kind of, weird. But, but as long as it's not too extreme. I mean, if you like to play an instrument, or if you like to fucking, be on the swim team, it's like those things aren't really, in my opinion, worthy of making fun of somebody. But like I said, if somebody does something really fucking extreme, I mean, like comes to school dressed as like a fucking girl, or identify, because we have all these people identifying as weird shit now, or like, oh, I'm a fucking table, I identify as a table, or I identify as a black person when they're actually white. I mean, those kind of things are kind of, obviously way off the spectrum. But I mean, when you're talking about what people like to do, like, play a sport or play an instrument, I mean, those shouldn't really garner making fun of people. Next one, homework. I see a lot of people, homework in my school, a lot of it was just you do it, you make an effort, you get credit. And I saw a lot of people would not even do it, even though all they had to do was make an effort, and they didn't do it. Don't be lazy. Fucking just put 5 minutes into it. Make it look like you made an effort, and fucking do it. Get off your lazy ass and do it. And even if it's not for credit, look up the answers. You got unlimited resources to look up the answers. It's a very easy, free points most of the time, homework. You have unlimited time, unlimited resources. And I see people that are so lazy they don't do it. Put a good effort and do it. Like I said, free points. It's much easier than the tests usually. Much easier than, really anything else, because like I said, a lot of times just for credit. And even if it's not, you get unlimited resources to look, up the answers. And I get sometimes homework can be hard, but like when they're giving you gimme points, like, oh, you have to do it and you get credit and this is 10-20% of your grade, fucking do the fucking homework, people. It's easy fucking points. And I see people, complaining because they have bad grades. Well, fucking just do the fucking homework. That's easy points right there. Next one, number 5, cherish it. I see a lot of people saying, oh, high school sucks, I can't wait to get out of high school. High school is one of the best moments of your life. You're probably living with your parents, being supported by your parents. you know, being a lot of your shit being paid for by your parents. You don't really have any worries. I mean, obviously you do. Everybody really has worries. But you're not going to have financial trouble. You don't have anything else, you know, to really worry about other than school. And obviously there's other problems, you know, that come along, you know, that are, like I said, everybody has problems. But high school is really a great time. It's a fun time. And looking back at it, you know, it really is a fun 4 years. You spend a lot of time with all the people that you go to school with, and it's a fun time. So cherish it, and don't act like it's like the worst time of your year, because in reality, it's actually a very fun time. Yeah, I get it. At times, it can be hard. Life is hard. Life, most of the time, you know, life actually is hard. You're working, you're at school, you're whatever. Life's hard, but, you know, looking at high school, especially my senior year was fucking fun. High school is, you know, it's mostly a fun time. Like I said, you know, going to class is boring. The test and all the homework can be hard, but cherish it. It's a good time. You meet a lot of new people. You do a lot of fun things, so cherish it. Number 6, don't work too hard, but work hard enough. What I mean by that is you don't have to fucking, you know, put in, you know, all your time to doing homework. I see a lot of people, you know, not a lot, but some people get like 4.3s. I mean, if you're happy doing that, fine, but I mean, it becomes a point where you have to have a life and you have to fucking relax at a time. And you don't want to fucking just work too hard where you burn yourself out. You want to have a little bit of fun in college or in high school. You want to relax a little bit. And, you know, you might do an assignment and say, okay, I probably, you know, or you might study for a test for fucking like 30 minutes, and you say, okay, I feel like I'm going to get a 90% on this. But then, you know, you could then study for another fucking hour and say, okay, now I'm going to get 100. It's like, it's not really worth it studying for that extra hour. You know, don't burn yourself out. You know, go do exciting things. You know, that's what I'm trying to say. But if you're happy, I guess, you know, studying, I don't know one person who's happy studying. I guess if you're happy, do it. But for your common person out there, it's you know, you don't really have to get a 4.3 in high school. You know, I guess if you want to go to like fucking Harvard or whatever, but you're going to fare fine if you get like a 3.5 or a 3.6. You know, you'll go to college, and I don't think it really matters what college you go to, because the college you go to is just to kind of get you your first job. After you get your first job, really, you know, you build off that job to get more jobs. It's not really, you know, I don't think the college you go to, whether you go to like a small college or like a big college like a Michigan or a University of Texas, I don't think it's that big of a deal. So I don't think it's going to matter that much if you get, like I got a 3.9. I don't think it would have mattered that much more if I got a 4.3. If I got a 4.3 and wanted to go to fucking Michigan, I would have had to pay thousands more dollars. I would have had to live on campus, a lot more money, and I don't think it would have, you know, benefited me, at least not too much. Number 7, don't piss off the teachers. I see a lot of people in high school like to, you know, piss off teachers on purpose. You know, don't piss them off too much, because you want to develop good relationships. I get, you know, you're that age, you want to be anti-authority, go against the teachers. And it's okay to fucking, like, talk once in a while in class when you're not supposed to, but, you know, don't fucking piss off the teachers intentionally. At least don't do it too much, you know, because you don't want to get on the bad side of the teachers, because when they're grading your test, you know, and there's a controversy, you know, this one might be wrong or right, they're going to mark it wrong if they hate you. And in my school, if you were a dumbass, you got put in programs where during your lunch you had to go to these programs, extra shit for the class. So that's not good. If the teacher hates you, and you're on the fence again with a bad grade, they're going to fucking put you in that if they hate you. But maybe if you're a good kid and don't talk and don't piss them off, you know, they're going to not put you in it. And I get there's bad teachers. There's always bad teachers. But, I mean, just don't get on their bad side and you should be okay. Because you don't want to be on a teacher's bad side. Because in high school, you usually have the teacher, at least I did, a lot of teachers for the whole year. you don't want to have a teacher, you don't want to be on the bad side of a teacher for the whole fucking year. That's not something, then you get in detention and it's just a mess. It's not worth it. Just, and what's wrong with having a good relationship with a teacher? I mean, I enjoyed having good relationships with some of my teachers who I truly do miss to this day. So, number 8, don't go to parties. Don't drink. Don't do drugs. It's not worth it. You could get in a lot of fucking trouble doing, drinking alcohol, smoking weed. And I never smoked weed. I never did alcohol. Never went to a party. Because it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I just don't get the appeal in getting drunk, getting stoned. I'm very happy with my life the way it is. I don't need to fucking do that shit, which is unhealthy for you. And it only leads to bad things. When you're drunk, you do fucking shit you wouldn't do when you're sober. So it's never a good thing to get drunk or get high or you do shit like that. So don't fucking, just because your friends do it, don't do it. Don't, especially, don't smoke cigarettes. Don't do any of that shit. It's not like it's fucking important. I mean, kind of everybody does it nowadays, but just don't do it. You don't have to be like everybody else. And it's not like, if your friends fucking shun you for not doing that shit, do you really want to be friends with those people anyways? Like, just because they didn't drink or didn't smoke weed, didn't go to parties, my friends still liked me. It's not essential, people. Number 9, don't get a girl pregnant. Kind of self-explanatory, but seriously, if you're gonna have sex with a girl, use a fucking condom. I see so many girls now getting pregnant that's, 16, 17, 18 years old. And then they gotta fucking take care of a kid. Don't fucking get a girl pregnant. Never, obviously never a good idea at this point in your life. If it's me, I just don't fucking have sex with the girl in the first place. Don't fucking fuck a girl in the first place. If you want to have sex, just do oral. I mean, it's not fucking worth the chances of getting pregnant. Even a condom can fail. Even birth control can fail. The guarantee to not getting pregnant is not fucking a girl in the first place. So don't fuck a girl. That's kind of my advice. And if you're going to, though, use a condom and make sure you're going to use it right. Or, probably the best bet actually is to use multiple forms of birth control. Use a condom and, use birth control. I see a lot of people, just pull out at the last second. Well, it's not always a guarantee that the person's going to do that right. So, like I said, just don't have sex with a girl in the first place. They make a big deal in high school. The big deal is, you have to have sex with a bunch of girls. Not really. I mean, let's face it, people. Sex isn't that important, again. It's fucking, 10 minutes of pleasure? I mean, there's more important things in life than fucking 10 minutes of pleasure. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous how much people hype up sex. Oh, you have to have sex with a girl. No, you don't have to have sex. You could have a happy life without having sex 24/7, without fucking a girl. And last one, kind of a summary, I guess, of the last 9. Not really, but a little bit. Do what you want to do. Obviously you should take some advice from your teachers, from your parents. But going back to the whole thing about clubs and sports, it's your life. You're getting older. Especially when you get, to your junior and senior years, you're almost an adult, technically. And you're getting, 16, 17, 18. You have to take control of your own life. And you have to, kind of do what you want to do. In some scenarios, some instances, obviously, you can't do what you want to do. But you have to take control of your life. You have to choose your classes. You have to take responsibility for yourself. You have to choose, what clubs you want to do, what friends you want to have, what your hobbies are. And don't let people tell you what to do. Like I said, though, to a certain extent, obviously, your parents, teachers, and other authority figures are going to have some control over your life. But you have to take control of your life, and you have to do what you want to do. I see a lot of people, expand your horizons, expand your horizons. Well, if you're happy doing what you're doing, I don't think it's worth taking a chance on something that might not, that you're probably not going to like. If you're happy doing what you're doing, then don't fucking change. Be who you want to be. All right, people, that's kind of my advice for high school. Be what you want to be, do what you want to do. Don't let people fucking influence you to. All right. Alright, so my camera ran out of, my phone ran out of storage there, but like I was saying, you know, be who you want to be. It's your life. Don't let anybody else, you know, take full control of it. I mean, you know, you're a young guy at, you know, 15, 16, 17, 18 years old. You know, you're kind of, your life's just getting going there. But that's kind of the time where, you know, you really gain some full responsibilities. You know, you might be driving. It's your responsibility to get, you know, to class on time, and you really gain a lot of responsibilities. So but at the same time, you know, while it's your life, I think you should do, you know, kind of what you want in a lot of aspects. You should still listen to your parents, still listen to, you know, people of authority, who are above you, I guess, on the totem pole, because they have a lot of knowledge. A lot of those people, you know, teachers, parents, coaches have a lot of knowledge as well. So take their advice, take what you want to do, kind of combine it into, you know, what you want to do in life. And, you know, you're never going to have a perfect life, but, you know, you have to live your life. You have to learn from your mistakes, and you have to do what you want to do. You can't just keep living off the backs of your parents. You have to take control and take control of your own shit. So that's kind of, you know, what I want to wrap this video up by saying is be yourself, do what you want to do. You know, in high school, do what you want to do in high school, but kind of more in general, do what you want to do in life, not just high school, in life, you know, because if you're getting older, I mean, you gotta, you know, take some responsibilities and shit. So there you go, people. You get I'm sure you get what I'm trying to say there, by saying, you know, do what you want to do in high school, not fucking, you know, kill people and do whatever you want to do, but, you know what I'm trying to say, people. So there you go, people. There's 10 tips for high school. I'm sure I can come up with 10 more if you guys want me to make another video about this. And, you know, if you guys have any other videos you want me to make on life or whatever, just let me know. So there you go, people. There's 10 tips for high school.